Hello everyone and welcome to week 10 of English 120. This week we're going to continue to work on our research project. Hopefully all of you have turned in your research topic forms. I really look forward to looking through them and I will be providing feedback about them over the next week. Also, I just want to say it was such a pleasure to speak with so many of you one-on-one. It's the part of this class that I miss is having one-on-one time in the classroom to get to know you guys. So it's always great to have you guys come by for a conference so that we can get to know one another a little bit better. And you can always stop by if you ever have questions. I'm on campus every day. This week we're going to read through chapter 11 of The Valley of the Moon. We're going to do a discussion forum where you're going to introduce the topic you've chosen to the class and write some research questions, which you're going to be talking about in this lecture, and also get some real feedback about your topic from your peers. For your reflection, you'll be doing, just like last week, you're going to be given some questions about the chapters we read of The Valley of the Moon, and I'd like you to answer them all as a way to really closely read what we're reading. And finally, for comp class, you'll be completing the research lesson, Respect Academic Ethics. So one thing has shifted on our timeline for the research project. I've decided to combine the research prospectus and topic history, and we're going to begin working on that next week because I wanted to give you guys a week to catch up and not have, it seemed better to have a little more time to get my feedback on your research topic before we move forward with the research prospectus. And the topic history will be a part of that research prospectus. So more about that next week, but I think some of you will be happy to not have an assignment due this week besides your basic every week assignments. So before I begin talking about those assignments, I want to talk a little bit about what a research question is. A research question is a brief question that directs your efforts to collect, critically read, evaluate, and take notes on your sources. It's going to help you focus on a specific issue. It's going to help you reflect on your writing situation. It needs to be very narrow, right? You're only writing an essay that's 6 to 8 pages long, so you need something that you can focus, that you can answer within 6 to 8 pages. And it needs to begin with one of these words: what, why, when, where, who, or how. So how do you generate potential research questions? They can focus on a lot of different areas. They can focus on information. What is known or not known about an issue? They can focus on history. What has occurred in the past that's relevant to an issue? They can focus on assumptions. What conclusions have writers and readers already made about the issue? They can focus on goals. What do the writers and readers involved in conversation about this issue want to see happen or not happen? They can focus on outcomes. What has happened so far? What is likely to happen? Or policies. What are the best procedures for carrying out actions, for making decisions? You can also focus questions that lead to these thinking processes, a definition. You can describe the aspects of an issue. An evaluation is where you ask about strengths and weaknesses or appropriateness. Compare contrast, which is it's a very good one for the topic that we're working on. That's asking about distinctions between aspects of an issue, such as what was this issue like in the early 1900s versus what is this issue like currently? Cause-effect analysis. This asks what leads to a specific result. Problem solution analysis or advocacy. This defines problems, considering outcomes of a problem, or it assesses potential solutions, and it may or may not offer solutions. Sequential analysis is asking about step-by-step series of events. Inquiry is seeking new information, conducting original research, And reporting is conveying what is known about an idea, event, or phenomenon. So, how do you generate potential research questions? And the best way to do so is to get your topic out and write a bunch of different research questions. So I will post the page number that I would like you to refer to in the Bedford Researcher. But it's titled the page is called Generating Research Questions, and it gives you some real ideas about how to go through and look at all these different types. It has sample questions of every single type, and I'd like you to go through and try to develop a research question for every single kind. Just try to develop like 10 research questions total to see how to do it, right? Out of those 10, I want you to come up with 3, and you're going to be using those in this week's discussion forum. So you want to craft questions that reflect your writing situation. You want to review your potential research questions and ask yourself which types of questions you'd like to focus on. So once you get those 10, you want to figure out which one is the best one to write a 6 to 8 page research paper on, that I need to refer to the Valley of the Moon on, that I need to look at an issue that compares something from the early 1900s to the present day. You want to choose a research question that seems more likely to help you achieve your purpose as a writer. And then you want to refine your research questions. So, for example, here's a typical first draft of a research question. What should be done about steroid use by adolescent girls involved in competitive sports? A refined version of this, that means a really focused and revised version of it is, even though we know that widespread drug testing of all athletes, younger and older, is impossible, what should be done about steroid use by adolescent girls involved in competitive sports? Do you see how the refined one really sets the scene of the question that's being asked? You want to use conditional words and phrases in your research question, such as although, because, even though, given that, in light of, now that, since, while, we know that, it is certain, it is clear that, studies indicate, recent events, it has been shown, the lack of, we cannot. Okay, those are really great conditional words or phrases to use in your research question. Then you want to narrow the scope of your research question by deleting vague words and phrases and replacing them with more specific language. So, for example, if you're talking about, you're comparing boxing, present day boxing, to prize fighting, and you're looking at some aspect of that. Instead of just generally speaking about it, use the real terminology from prize fighting and boxing to frame up that comparison. Then, using these specific terms, you want to conduct preliminary searches in our library catalog, online databases, and on the web. So once you get these, your research questions will give you key words that you'll use as you do your research. The next step of this process, what we're going to begin working on next week, and I want to introduce it to you this week so that if you want to start working on it, you can. So you're going to be creating your research prospectus. You're going to start off by saying what the working title of your study is. Then you're going to say, how did you become interested in this topic? What do you already know about your topic? Preliminary knowledge and research. You're going to provide a brief history of the topic and introduce the issues you've chosen to focus on. What you hope to find out about your topic. What questions are guiding your search? This is where you put your research questions. Any steps you've taken so far to begin your search. What you've already done so far to collect research on your topic and issue. How you plan to research your topic. Articles, books you plan to consult, other resources you plan to utilize, etc. The types of sources you intend to collect. Like, you want to get specific here, guys. The names of some of the sources you've already consulted. The types of search tools, browsing library shelves, consulting librarians, conducting surveys, and research methods such as simple and advanced database searches, you'd like to use. We will be doing more of this next week as part of our online class, but I just wanted to give you a heads up. This is your next assignment. All right, sorry, this should say week 10 discussion forum. For this week's discussion forum, you're going to be introducing your topic to the class. So the first thing I want you to do is clearly introduce your topic to the rest of the class. Then I want you to develop 3 sample research questions about your topic and share these with your classmates. These need to be your refined research questions, not just the 10 rough drafts you made. These will be the refined ones. Then I want you to respond to at least 3 of your peers' posts with the following: feedback about his or her topic, and any ideas for research you have about his or her topic. Maybe you know something about this topic that you can direct your peer to help them do more research. Choose one research question that you feel will be the most successful, and then tell us why. For your active reading journal, you'll be answering the following close reading questions from books from book 1, chapters 6 through 15. For comp class, you're going to complete the assignment Respect Academic Ethics. And next week, there is a tiny typo here. You will be you're going to be beginning book 2, and you're going to be reading chapters 1 through 5 next week. So if you have any questions, please reach out to me. I look forward to seeing you online.